It probably will go AT&T's direction. Most people think that. It's just a question of what rules the judge puts into place around it, if at all, so I think once it rules in their favor, which most people feel, I think it would be a shock if it didn't, I think more M&A, because everybody needs to bulk up. This bulking up of all the companies, not just the telecos, but also internet companies, is just inevitable as they try to compete in all kinds of areas, from distribution to content, to entertainment, to everything.
How much of a rebuke would it be to the feds to lose this? Because it looked up front, you know, like in a vertical sense, this wasn't traditionally the type of case they would fight.
And it smells political, you know, Trump's antipathy towards CNN and everything else. And so I think most people feel that this is kind of a ridiculous case on some level, and probably the judge, you know, it's not that kind of merger that is problematic, although overall this idea of these giant battling it out is disturbing on some level. That AT&T is under siege from Google and Amazon and Apple, that Verizon needs to bulk up. When you don't think of Verizon needing to bulk up, but in fact they do. And so what bothers me, especially around the net neutrality things, is all the big players are benefiting, even despite this repeal, and all the small players who are responsible for innovation are probably going to suffer under both these cases.
So you're of the camp that the rollback of these net neutrality rules is only going to make the big guys bigger?
Of course, they can afford it. It's just like some of these privacy laws. Only the big guys have 1,500 lawyers to be able to manage this. And so you wonder where innovation is going to come from, who's going to clear out the field. And so the new Netflix or the new Amazons or the new anythings get created. Or maybe this is what we're in, which is 7 or 8 massive companies, not a single company like Microsoft used to be, but 7 or 8 massive companies that control the internet and all our communications and entertainment.
But are engaged in hyper competitiveness with each other.
Sort of.
No?
Do you think Amazon is a competitor to Google? Really? I think they all carve out their lanes and do very well carving out their lanes. They're peripheral competitors, but is Apple a competitor to Facebook precisely? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't seem like it. I suppose you could on some level, but if you had to really put them against each other, Google and Facebook have just split up the digital advertising business. And they're competitors, but are they? You know, that's what I think about a lot.
Are you convinced that if AT&T wins, consumer prices go up minimally, if at all?
I don't think that's really the issue. I mean, I think it's an issue if they can get access to each other's content, if they can, you know, that's I think the big issue around here is what AT&T has to promise around Time Warner content and things like that for time.
Are we actually going to be moving forward with a judgment tomorrow, or is this all going to go to appeals court next?
I think it depends on what the Trump administration, what Justice Smart wants to do. But I mean, I think this case is a bad one from them. Most legal. I'm not a lawyer, thank goodness. But it's. I think most people feel like it's a bad case and probably will pass. And then it will open the way for all the others. There's Comcast is which owns this network, is looking at making the play that Disney's been trying to make for News Corp. 20th Century Fox assets. So you're going to see a lot of M&A activity. So it would be a good day for bankers, I guess.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.